Okay then, to finish up my thief submissions for this day, Ranstall Keep. One of the, probably one of the creepiest missions for Thief, period. But, and also probably unique style-wise for the time, too. You see, it's intended to be played entirely in black and white, and there are numerous retextures and reskins to emphasize this. The only problem with this is that some engine enhancements have kind of broken the black and white gimmick. So to play it as it was intended, I used one of the filters in the new Dark engine to render everything in black and white, grayscale. So, just saying, just so you know, I had to do an edit to the new Dark files to get this mission to be shown how it was supposed to be. Anyway, the author is Jyre. I can't pronounce the second. Alex Thomson is her name, or was. I believe this author is deceased, though someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Jyre, also known as Jyre or Dashjianta. Anyway, it was made in the year 2000, and the mission starts off subtly, quietly, but it slowly picks up speed and becomes more and more creepy. My only complaint with it is that despite being such a great mission, it also ends on the worst cliffhanger ever. And given that I really do think I remember hearing that this author had died, that it almost certainly, and given that it's been 20 years since the release of this mission, I very much doubt there will ever be any resolving of the situation in this mission. Anyway, here's the premise. The village of Ranstall lies at the foot of Ranstall Keep, which sits atop the Alscarl Hill overlooking the city. Both village and keep have stood for centuries, with the residents of each existing in harmony with each other. A little over a year ago, the keep came under the rulership of one Lord Dalkston, a foreigner and recluse. Within a week of his arrival, the keep was shut off from the village. Doors that had stood open were locked and put under heavy guard. Heavy patrols walked the once peaceful streets. Underlying all of that was something far more sinister. There's more to this. Basically, everyone in the city disappears and you have to find out why. Oh, you don't play Garrett in this mission. You play a female character. This is, I believe it was drawn by the mission artist herself, though someone please correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, the character's name is Ryalla, Ryalla, and she's the character we are playing this mission. Anyway, let's go. And naturally, we're playing on the hardest difficulty. Once there was a city, a promising, prosperous town. But every day, someone would vanish.
Hello? Anyone there?
And now, no one is left but you. Now, how's that for a kickoff? Alright, let's start. You will Ranstall Keep, difficulty expert. You will find all your notes on the events of the past few weeks in your diary. It is on your desk. It would be advisable to read it. Okay, you can see the renderer hack from New Dark in action here. When I try to play it with the vanilla game, a bunch of the objects have color to them, including this diary, which is bright red. I assume it's just because of the engine changes. Anyway, let's read. 11/11/11. Today saw another successful trip to the city. The mansion of one Lord Marl proved to hold very rich pickings indeed. Along with the usual gold and ornamental treasure to be had in such a place, I found stashed in a chest in the Lord's private quarters a very valuable-looking statue of a dragon, along with several papers proclaiming it to be a rare magical item from far-off lands. Whatever the case may be, it will no doubt provide a great deal of coin for my fence. I'll be paying him a visit as soon as the lazy scamp rises from his nightly dreaming. 12/11/11. Last night I dreamt of Lewis. He's such a handsome young man, always smiling, and his voice so soft and innocent, and I hear his words, still he'll hear them now. "Riala," he says to me, "why must thou leave me? Why canst thou stay here with me? What charm does that village hold that I doth not?" His eyes reflected the innocence of his words. If only he understood the truth of what I am. He deserves better than some petty, unskilled thief, and if his father were ever to find out about us, his world would be shattered. Even a retired hammerite, is still loyal to his god. My fence is gone. His residence remains as it is. Always has. His breakfast lies cold on the table, awaiting his indulgence. Last night he was observed by a young servant going up to his chambers. When they went to awake him this morning, he was gone. His room door was, as always, locked, and the windows bolted from the inside. It is as though he simply vanished. 17/11/11. The streets are too quiet for my liking. Where there were once beggars and thieves earning their living, there is nothing. No more starving children staring out of dark alleys, or desperate thieves plunging hands into half-empty pockets. Night no longer seems safe to me. It has become the time when my kind simply disappear. 19/11/11. The village is in an uproar. The owner of the grocer's, whose name I do not know, has vanished. As with my fence, he vanished in his sleep. The local guard confessed complete confusion and expressed doubts that the case will ever be solved. To make matters worse, a small contingent of the Order of the Hammer arrived today. No one knows why. 20/11/11. I have heard whispers that the village council are making attempts to enter the keep. Rumors claim that the Lord there is responsible for the mysteries that have been plaguing our village these past few weeks. I, for one, do not intend to stay around to find out the result of their investigation. Tomorrow I leave for the city. I doubt I will ever return. 21/11/11. Master Rel and Mistress Rel are the latest victims of the vanishing plague. All gates are sealed. Patrols have been tripled. There is no way I can leave this place now. Having abandoned my home last night, I was left with no choice but to become a resident in the inn. At least that dragon has proven useful for something. 24/11/11. There are but a handful of people left now. The guards, too, have disappeared. I will seek out Radst, a fellow thief and friend. Hopefully between us we'll be able to find a way out of this place. Radst, too, is gone. In fact, I seem to be the only one left alive in this accursed town. I will have to make my own way out. But first I need to get some provisions. The weaponsmiths by the gate should be a good place to start. So, not that the picture I showed you left much in doubt, but Riala is a thief, if like Garrett. Not sure if it's in the same universe or if this is an alternate timeline or what. But since the Hammerites are here, I assume it's the same universe. Oops. Anyway. Oh, that's right. No lockpicks, because I have to get it. Have to get it from a store. And these are not friendly guards. Well, they're called, I believe the backstory for them calls them Hissith troopers. They're basically snake people that walk like humans. They're part of the reason people have disappeared. I would say that I'm spoiling too much. However, This book right here pretty much says everything I do. Well, implies. Last night I was witness to a most terrifying sight. I had been about to close my shutters when I saw a black shadowy shape in the street behind the church. I could not make out any details, but I was certain that the thing I saw was not human. I cannot say why I felt this. It does not bode well. Again I saw this shadowy figure in the street this night. It seemed to be stalking something. It sniffed at the air like a dog and then quickly darted away. It has taken a child, an orphan. The boy was playing in the street when, as the sun set, the thing leapt out of nowhere, grabbed the boy, and carried him off to the keep. I have told the council all I have seen. They presented my tale to the Hammer party that arrived in town just yesterday. They go now to the keep to seek the audience with its lord. There's been no word of the Hammerites or their quest. I fear I can no longer wait. Every night we wait costs a life. The council met in secret this morn, and it was decided we must find our own way inside. The tunnel into the keep is almost complete, but with each shovel of dirt we remove, my fear rises. I hear strange things coming from below, loud groans as though someone below suffers in great pain, and occasionally there comes the echoes of shuffling feet on stone. I sleep badly now, dreading the day we finally break through. But we must push on. Whatever evil prevails in that place must be unearthed. Let's close the door for that enemy to pass by. Luckily, the same place where we learned that bit of lore also had a blackjack. Okay. We'll be exploring the town of Ranstall a bit before we actually go through that tunnel behind those doors. Besides, I think we need lockpicks to even open it. Our numbers dwindle daily. It was unnoticeable at first. Nobody paid much attention when the odd beggar or street rat suddenly disappeared. They were nothing, vermin, below the notice of a common man. But when it is your neighbor or a well-known friend, fear starts to gnaw at your heart. Might as well stock up on food. The people here certainly won't be needing it anytime soon. Yeah, that's not a mirror. That's this is a foodstuffs merchant, I think, and that looks into into the next room, which is a garden. There's an enemy over there, so let's stay away. Okay, let's keep moving. We have to get to the weaponsmith, who has the lockpicks and a bunch of other stuff we need. Let's wait for the guard to turn around and then take him out. And an airborne knockout just to mix things up. Okay. Okay, we're in the Weaponsmiths Shop. A fresh stock of potions arrived today. They've been in very high demand these last few days. The local citizens seem to think they will act as some sort of defense against the evil that besets us. Fools. The lockpicks are finally finished. Their quality is, as always, excellent. I have placed them in the cubby in the counter for safekeeping. The locks on my display are, of course, lockpick-proof. Arrow, holy water, healing potions, broad-haired arrow again, more holy water, breath potion, and another healing potion. As the merchant said, these are all proof against lockpicks. So get these mines. I don't need to do this, but I mean, I broke them all. I broke all of the others, so might as well break all of them. And I think these are just mock-ups, displays. Anyhow. Alright. Now that we have what we need to find Ranstall, our thief friend. Expenditure, product, quantity, price each. Chickens 3, 1 silver. Carrots 20, 2 copper. Cucumbers 20, 2 copper. Bread 12, 3 copper. Apples 30, 1 copper each. Healing fruit 3, 2 silver each. Total expenditure 2 gold, 3 silver, 6 copper. I'm not sure if I should read all of this. Oh well. Chickens 2. Price is 2s 5c. Carrots 7, price 5c. Bread 9 in price 1s. Apples 14, price 3c. Healing fruit 2, price 5s. Total sales 3 gold, 1 silver, 7 copper. Weekly profit 8 silver, 1 copper. Declining sales because of the declining population. And they didn't lock their safe box. Things do not go well. With everyone fleeing or disappearing, our sales are minimal. This week we made less than a single gold in profits. If things do not pick up soon, I fear I will be forced to move elsewhere. Well, I got good news for you. You won't have moving to worry about. Guess we can explore some more of the inn now that we have the lockpicks. Just checking these again, just to be sure. 3,500 in loot. That's pretty steep. Oh well. Read your diary completed. Find yourself some lockpicks completed. With all the crazy things that have been going on, you'd feel more comfortable with a trusty blackjack in your hands. Got that. Now is as good a time as any to uncover the mystery of the abandoned house near the village gates. Try and track down your missing thief friend. You'll need some money for supplies later on. Get 3,500 in loot. This mystery is too intriguing to pass up. Discover a way into the keep and find out more. Find out what sort of creature this lord really is. Find a way down to the city. Okay. And this is the abandoned house they wanted, the objectives want us to check out. And goody, there's no one here but a bunch of annoying spiders. Goodbye, bye, and goodbye. Margle, just in case you ever take it into your head to return here, I thought I'd better let you know where I've gone. This is probably a waste of time. The chances of someone like you suddenly deciding to settle down are virtually zero. I know how much you value your freedom and nature's company. Getting back to the point, I had word last eve of a little dragon's horde up in the northern mountains. I have maps, reports, and the usual tales of menace that normally accompany such finds. Needless to say, I've gone to investigate. If you really want to find me, just ask around in the villages between here and the mountains. I'm sure they'll point you my way. Verg. I think you can pick these, but why bother? Nobody's ever coming back. I don't think there's any way to get that door open. In any case, I think I've covered everything that's important here. I mean, I'll come back if I have to. But for now, let's move along. It grieves me the Lord is yet to grant me audience. 3 days now I have been waiting. 3 days while my stalks wither and rot. At least I was able to sell some of my healing fruit to the locals. If I am made to wait another day, I will... Council chambers. I forgot if I said it before, but those hissing things in black are called Hissith troopers or hissies, at least according to the backstory on the author's site when it still existed. Assuming I'm remembering correctly. Counselor Rel. Minutes of the council meeting. 2011-11. Item 1. Blocked street gutter. A man will be hired to maintain the upkeep of the sewage system immediately. Item 2, disappearing citizens. A delegation is to be sent to the keep to request aid. In the meantime, a statement is to be issued to calm the fears of the residents. Item 3, village expansion. 3 new buildings are to be built outside the current walls to house the growing population of the small village. An area of common land will also be made available. Use of this land will be determined at the next meeting. End minutes. Counselor It's kind of boring, me going each and every little place searching for loot, but with a goal that high that they're giving us as a prerequisite, we kind of have to do it. Meeting hall. I don't know if you can break that or not. I don't want to see. Well, okay. Maybe it won't be so hard after all. We already have 2014 in loot. And we've just started the mission. I could try breaking that, but why bother? Post office. A bunch of these letters contain references to the Circle of Stone and Shadow. A bit of a round-robin bit of fan fiction that also turned into the name of a Thief fan site. That's still around in a way in that it's archived. It also spawned 2 fan missions. The Winter Festival. In celebration of the upcoming Winter Festival, Lord Dalkston has announced that he will be holding a ball in the upper council chambers. A small donation will be asked for upon entry to cover the costs of the evening. All attendees are expected to be attired in their festival costumes. Lord Dalkston is expected to attend between 10 p.m. and midnight. Bank with us. This post office will soon be offering full banking facilities. This will provide everyone with a safe place to keep their spare cash, safe from the probing hands of pickpockets, burglars, and everyday thieves. To celebrate the launch of this new service, we will be giving everyone who joins this month a full copper piece for every silver they put in our care. After this month, the amount will be given will drop to half a copper per silver. Jyre, first allow me to congratulate you. I know that this seems odd to you, but it is what came to mind as what I should first do. If your tale is true, I have no doubt that it is. Then you have survived much suffering and hardship and grown strong as a result. For this I congratulate you. Also, to a lesser degree, I'd like to welcome you to the land of the written word. I see you are quite new at this, and that you have managed to put forth a valiant effort. I know many poor feeble minds who, in spite of proper schooling and a wide knowledge base in the field of language, cannot seem to tell a story half as well as you did. Anyway, that's enough babble from me. So you and the captain wish to reap revenge upon this cruel lady. Did I gather that correctly? I am curious to hear of your plans. Please, tell me more. Sincerely, Master Nightfall of the Circle. P.S. If the boy steals anything, I shall reimburse you. Margath, how does this day find my favorite niece? Well, I hope you will I expect to be wanting to hear about how things are up here. They're the same as they've always been. Counselor is still carrying on his little fling with the miller's wife. The fool thinks no one is aware of his little jaunts out of the village and down to the mill. Everyone knows, of course, even the miller. But after the way she used to treat him, he's more than happy to let her take out all her extra energy on someone else for a change. The daft bat of a priest that runs the church continues his false preachings, praising the builder to all who will listen, whilst he secretly takes his share of the donations and hides them away in his house. What else? An odd-looking fellow arrived at the gates 2 days ago, selling magic healing fruit, of all things. Claims he found them in some abandoned mansion that's been overgrown by trees and vines. You'd think someone had grown a jungle in their home, the way he goes on about it. The grocer bought him a few plums off of him. More to shut him up than anything else, I think. That's all the gossip there is for now. Your aunt and I are both well. Peace and quiet of the village are just what we need after years spent running that little farm of yours. Right back soon, Uncle Brawl. Master Nightfall. Good you have been, understanding, I feel. I must tell you of myself to you. Me words, please forgive, are not good. Me learning of letters came late to me, but I will try. You take my goods, pass them on. Fair of it. Reading bad grammar on purpose is difficult. I'm sorry. I'll keep trying. Fair of me it is to reveal to you your source. Orphan I be. Me dad I never knew. Me mum, dead she is, many years dead. Street rat I am. Thief, steal, rob, those were my deeds. For food in me belly and clothes on me back, understand, please, I had to survive. 12 I did be when I were caught, a young man, and he were who found me, Ranson, that were his name, a guard he were, for the lady. Rassin and did see me starved. Filthy, pity was his kindness, took me home, fed me, by the fire I sat all night, such warmth. I had not known before that time. Handsome he was, black of hair and green of eye. Loved him would any lass, sure I am. Innocent I'd be. He took advantage of me, drowsing by the fire, as if were I when he touched me. Quiet, says he. Do as I say, or kill you I wills. You think they'll miss one of your kind? Please say you understand. I was lonely, he. The memory pains, please. Morning bright did wake us, and to him his feet did leap. Come! To the lady he did we go, and to her did he make a plea for my service. I was a guard that day. Do not judge me by this. I serve or die. He gave me no choice. I train, work hard, learns much. Letters I was taught in stealth. Watching, protecting. Did I enjoy? Yes. Guard I was, and guard I was happy to stay. Food I did have, and much health, and ransom did it I have to fill me where I were lonely. Happy, content, that was me. But a mistake I did make. To patrol of the house was my duty, and I did see many a time that things were no good. To my captain I did go, and explain it did, but never, never, never did he listen. Angry he grew, frustrated. Tell the lady, be all he ever did say. To tell her I tried, but well, as always were she busy. Unimportant I was, and so ignored. So when to him I tell of bad lights, he did shrug and say, tell the lady. Hit him I did, hard. We fought much, everyone saw. She saw, bitch. Arrested both us. Captain Els was whipped. I put in a cage and left to rot. Hunger, fever, fear of death. No other memories have I. The rescue I do not remember. Going on the ship, it was Captain Els who did freedom give me. His life was risked for mine. Obliged was the word he used when I asked why. Time passed. Strength I gained. Guard I was again for a short time. Then return did we to my homeland. It is revenge we seek, the captain and me. The lady, she is evil. It is from her I steal my goods, and to you they are passed. Though thief I be, I am not a bad person. Wish only to stop the lady, do I? This is me, this is who I be. Now you know the truth, your servant, Jyre. Now I believe thee. fanfic series this was a part of was called Correspondence of Thieves, but I haven't read it myself, so I'm not completely sure. Record of delivery 01230. Delivery address Ranstall Keep. Delivery date 9/11/11. Confirmed received? Yes. Item description: a strange glowing rock. It has been reported to contain some form of magic. Special instructions: keep the rock within its package at all times. Reports from the dig site suggest that simple touch may be enough to activate the magic within. Delivery date 9/11/11. Confirmed received? Yes. Item description: a silver scepter with a unique gray, a gemstone set into the top. Special instructions: Lord Dalston has made it quite clear that only his special courier may handle this package. He informs us that anyone not properly equipped to carry the item may come to extreme harm. I'm not sure if I've ever noticed the second floor before. Not sure if there's anything interesting. Let's look anyway. Flash bomb. I guess that's worth it. Oh. And a gas mine. Definitely helpful. Oh, it's been 15 minutes in game time. Better pick this up. We can't get through this door because obviously it's barred. We get to see the other side. I believe this is the entranceway to the keep, Ranstall Keep. We'll get to see the other side later. Oh yeah, there were a few rooms I forgot to check on in the inn. Well, I think that's all there is to see of the... Okay. That's the church. We'll go there in a second. Now for the priest's house. Stealing from a priest, but he's none too holy himself. Apparently. Priest's scroll. Brother Rinjariv, please use the funds we have provided to carry out the following repairs. Replace the missing roof tiles. See that the seats in the confessional are replaced. Buy a replacement gold hammer for the one above the main door. I take it the thief who stole the last one is yet to be found. That's funny. We just picked up a gold hammer. You're in this same room. I wonder what that could mean. I think you can break this poster with the blackjack. Yes. Okay, there's the key to the church. And the money that the oh-so-righteous priest stole. I remembered nothing in my teachings of a beast such as the one described to me today by the council.
No doubt it is merely some imagining of a foolish old man. Still, I must be seen to be doing something in this troubled age. So tomorrow I shall go with a small delegation to the keep, where I will present Lord Dalkston with the villagers' fears. I am sure he will find the tales of a monster from the keep terrorizing the villages as amusing as I do. Hopefully, we will be able to find some way to allay the villagers' fears. Of course, Brother Chipple insists on bringing that blasted magical sword of his along. What man in their right mind would wish to hold in his hand an item that gives itself to the shadows? It is an insult to the builder that he dare wield such a shadowy item.
We'll be getting Brother Chipple's sword later in this mission. Now, if you don't have the blackjack, I believe you can use that hammer to break the floors of the pew. And why are we doing that? Well, you'll see. To get to the crypt underneath. And there's our buddy Ratst.
This place gives me the creeps.
I pray these words I write now are not my last. I was watching the gates when this thing grabbed me from behind. I turned swiftly and shook it off. When I looked at its face, it was a monster. My feet brought me to the church. Perhaps its sacred soil will provide sanctuary, but I must tell of what I've learned. A few days ago I heard a rumor. A gypsy woman was telling a tale of devils who take the form of humans. These things had taken over a small town, killing every living inhabitant. They planned to use this town as a hub for invasion. Then, when a young mage discovered them, and seeing what they were, he sought to destroy them. So he took a simple rock and bestowed it with a power that destroyed the devils with a single touch. The town was freed and the mage declared a hero, but that's not important. What matters is that rock holds a high value, and it's supposed to be hidden somewhere in the very keep to which this town belongs. I had been planning to steal it this very night, but now I hear the monster coming. I fear I am doomed. You can use the rope arrow to get out, or use this ladder. We got another hissy outside. I'm gonna see if I can... Oop. The scale of some of the buildings are strange. The church key is not actually for the door of the church. It's for the donations box. Okay. Suppose while we're down there, see if there's valuable stuff. Whatever holiness this church had is surely gone now with these things here. You know what, this is taking too long. I'm gonna go get the hammer from the altar. be a good sport and put it back on the altar. This some of the terrain is really slippery. Okay. Save. Now there's a gambling hall upstairs. How ironic that it's across the street from a church. Now, I forget how exactly you get in. Perhaps now I believe you can use for the hammer to break open those doors. However, I think there's a switch somewhere here to get at it. Oh, there it is. Gold dice. Use that button to open those doors. See if there's anything else of interest around here. No. Third bi-monthly men's poker meet. Place Den above Grocers. Win. The second 6th day of the 11th month between the hours 8 p.m. and midnight. Entry is by invite only. Please produce your copy of this letter at the door. Drinks will be provided, although guests are encouraged to bring their own. Gambling is for loose coin only. Chairman, Poker Meat Club. Speaking of loose change, he left some loose change. Okay. Have I explored the entire village? I believe I have. But just one more sweep, just to be sure. Yeah, that house that's the abandoned house we were in. The guy left for treasure hunting, apparently. This is just a latrine. But who knows? Some fan missions have valuables in there, but not this time. Thin geometry like this used to be dangerous in fan missions. Like, for no reason, if you stepped on odd or thin geometry like this, these small channels beside the street, you would sometimes die for literally no reason. It was called SHAS, or SHAS, Sudden Heart Attack Syndrome, because Garrett would keel over and die for absolutely no reason. Engine changes have completely eliminated it, as far as I know. Alright. So the thread is down here. So let's make our way in. That's a good sign.
These torches just don't work very well.
They work well enough to see what these things are. Okay. Okay, now is when okay. This place is full of undead. I don't. And so much for the Hammerite party that was meeting Dalkston. One of them's coming. Let's take care of him. munch on them zombies. Now, one of these cells has a pressure plate that opens that wall. Let me see if I can kill him before he sees me. Yes. Yes, I did. And conveniently, now, that sword I mentioned is in this secret compartment, but to get there, I have to engage a pressure plate. Now, I forget where precisely the pressure plate is. Luckily, we have some fresh material to use on the plate. What the...
Two men were caught breaking in yesterday evening. Bring them up to the trophy room via the passage in the far cell. Before you do, you might want to introduce them to the Crusher. See if you can't loosen their tongues a little first. Lord D.
Who's obviously Lord Dalkston. Now, that zombie that's walking around in that cell, I believe engine changes broke his original form. He was supposed to be like in a squished form. That happens if you try to use the level editor or to manually modify the dimensions of the of character models. Can't remember where that pressure plate is. I don't think it's with him, though he does have some loot I want. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a switch I need. And this shows... Wait. Oh, right. I guess that's how you do it. Never mind that nonsense about the... Wait, yes, there... It is... It was... The pressure plate wasn't nonsense. Gonna go back and get the trooper's body. Once we get that sword, the threat that those Hissiths present, it will be negated. Okay.
Brother Ranjariv and the visiting Hammerite party are to be prepared for tonight's feast. The remaining prisoner and any leftover meat is to be given to the guards. Lord Dalkston.
The Sword of the Shadows. Basically, it's just Constantine's sword with a different name. It doesn't reveal you if you're in shadow. And And if you couldn't guess before, I'm taking a lethal route. What was that bug? Hi there. Now die. Oops. Okay. Now, this is a shitty thing about the mission. You can't do anything to save this kid. Which just sucks. That they made that you leave him to hang in the wind like that. Now to get our loot goal. I think we'll complete our loot goal by getting those. Oh, I don't need... Alright. I'm not gonna try to kill all the undead in this mission, but this guy's in my way. Use a fire arrow to shut him up. Okay. Now we just need a little more loot, and that'll be our loot goal. Sit down and shut up. Presumably this is Brother Jyre, the priest who was stealing from the collection box and embezzling from his own church. I can't say I feel that sorry for him, except to say it's a horrible way to die. Feel more sorry for that poor kid I can't do anything about. Now our next objective is to get... It's not required, but it really helps. Our next goal, ideally, is to get that magical rock. That was delivered to the heap. It's the same one that Rat's journal was talking about. And it works just as described. It doesn't work on the hissies, but it does work on another enemy that shows up in this game. Who, if you don't have the rock, are unbelievably enormous pain to deal with. Someone shot me a few times in the back. I better not do anything about that and keep on shooting. Lovely decorations. Alright, we got the loot goal. Loot's not important anymore. That magical rock that Rat's talking about is of prime importance. can't access these doors, they're locked tight. However, we will access them later. Now, you see that guy in the distance over there? That's the enemy we need the rock for. I believe he's called a vampire, but I can't completely remember. The skin for it says vamp, I believe. So I'll just call him a vampire. Now I'm up on the parapets of the keep. Not really that much to note, except there's an archer that's on patrol. Gotta be careful. Now that he's seen us, let's... Oh, there's two. He brought a friend. Or is it a she? Does it matter? Not to me. We'll be seeing... Yeah, that's a secret door, obviously, because the texture is different. We'll be returning to it later. The guy in that middle courtyard might be looking for us. He can be taken out with the sword. It just takes a really long time. I don't remember... No, that's the wrong way. That's the thing about this mission. It's kind of cool that it's in a noir black and white form. But on the other hand, a lot of stuff can look the same after a while. Today I heard a most amusing tale. A woman was entertaining crowds with the tale of demons. I find it ironic she makes it a point to highlight the demons' utter destruction. After all, the lord of the demonic race now lives in this very keep. Of course, this should come as no surprise, since vampires serve him. Today, the hissies are becoming somewhat lax in their duties. Tonight I stood and watched as 3 of them casually sauntered past a very obviously disturbed area without giving it a single glance. I suggest those fools are called in for extra duty as a reminder of their jobs here. Also, repairs in the Fireblood Hall are progressing apace, and the scaffolds will soon be removed. The Lord's privacy should never again be disturbed. Could you remind the hissies not to take the ladders back to the garden when they're finished with them? I'm fed up with having to replace molten stumps. So apparently even demons have mundane problems. We'll come come back to that later. There's a few interesting things there. But, yeah, I believe I'm in the area where that magic rock is. That's what we really want. There's a button here, obviously. Yeah, I press it. And on the other side are 2 gems and a water egg. Something. Okay. I guess I'll solve this puzzle now. Use this corpse to weigh this down and... Wait, no, I have it. That's odd. It's supposed to... Yeah, there's, Dalkston's scepter. That's odd. No, something did open. I hear something moving. Yes, it opened this door. We'll come back here later. We're wasting time. Gotcha. All right. Yes, I believe this side has the magic stone. Okay, through that door is the magic stone, but to get to it is a bit of a pain. And dealing with the aftermath is also kind of a pain. Oh, by the way, this is a dig trap. You think this is the magical stone? No. I'll save here, just to show you what happens. Yeah, you have to deal with 4 vampires. Pretty much instant death. Or guaranteed death, excuse me. Yeah. Let's go back and not do that. Do some fancy rope tricks. And now, this rock here, it weighs us down ever so slightly. But it turns... But I believe I can negate this. Now you just touch them and they die instantly. I think. Ooh, or not. Maybe this version is bugged. In any case, let's just leave them alone. Yeah, the stone's drawback is, I think you're supposed to throw the stone at them, but occasionally if you touch it while holding the stone, it kills them too. Whatever the case might be, it's a very useful item. Guess this is where the vampires sleep. Fitting enough, the headboards are tombstones. Let's go deal with the vampire in the courtyard, because he's in our way. I guess I do have to throw the rock at him. Or maybe the mission's broken and... keep it selected. Nope, it still works. But to guarantee that it works, you have to... I guess it has something to... I don't know what I'm trying to say. It works one way or another. It's very useful. Anyhow, we have to do a bunch of fancy tricks in that weird, otherworldly, grassy area. Yeah, and I'm doing that little trick to get around the weight problem of the magic stone. Yeah, let's not deal with them just yet. Okay. Now... Now, I don't remember if these guys hurt you. Probably. Well, I suppose as long as they leave me alone, I couldn't give a crap. Pull that. It extends a second bridge. And, that lowers another bridge to this weird fucking thing. I can't even begin to think of what to call it. So, what's our reward? Just more money. Oh, right. But I guess the rope arrow was worth it. In any case, go down here, teleport over there, and this pressure plate is uncovered. For fuck's sake. And it unlocks the gate and lets us grab Dalkston's scepter. And the gate's also bugging out, but it doesn't matter, since we have everything we need. Okay. Now we just need to find a way to the city. I believe this entails going into the... not the front hall, because the front hall is barred. Yeah. These guys die in 2 overhead hits. I'm not too afraid of them. Just get the stone ready. Okay, there's another vampire upstairs. Oh, that's right, you have to press a switch. I leave tonight. Tomorrow, you and the last of the guard will join me at my mansion. Make sure no one finds the entrance to my private rooms, and remember to set the fires before you leave. If anyone comes, I want them finding nothing but ruins. Dalkston. Now, that button under the book opens these force ladders, I guess. Energy ladders. Just doing that so I'll have the speed necessary to deal with these vampires. I can't remember if it's on one end, the other end, or both. But let's just...
You there! Hold you!
That handily shut him up. Now the entire point of coming up here was to press that button. Now I don't exactly remember what it does. Oh yes, it opens the doors to Fireblood Hall, which we need to use the ladders that we got from that courtyard garden thing. No, that's the wrong way. Okay, the doors are open. Follow the path of air, demonic one. Yeah, the hit detection is a bit dodgy here. I'd forgotten how. Okay, and then at this stub, you put a second ladder. Okay. Oh, stay away from the walls. Holy shit. Now, we find the second ladder in our inventory. Where the fuck is it? Well, I suppose it doesn't matter. We got to the top anyway. I swore we had 2 ladders. Okay. Whatever. Let's carry on. Now let's get this guy with the magic rock. And he's dead. These are Dogston's personal quarters. And like any good vampiric demon, he enjoys wine. Oh, he died anyway. Nice study. Anyway. Oh. Yes, he counted. Yay. I'd say we more than met the loot goal. Now let's mosey on back to Dalston's quarters and read his journal. My flesh solidifies at last. The blood of the villagers has worked its magic, and I am once again able to pass into this world as a thing of flesh and not some ghostly apparition. That accursed rock which left me and my kind in agony has been found and placed under secure guard within the walls of this keep, where it shall remain until the very earth swallows it from the reach of a human hand. Tonight I will leave for the city at last, where much fresh and healthy blood waits to enter my veins. My new home is in readiness. And now, in order to proceed, our path is blocked. Not really a secret, but it leads back up to the, parapets. Just picked up a body so I can get around the magic rocks weight problem. The way ahead is downward. I believe we need to get to the other side over there. And conveniently, those glowy stones that are obnoxiously blinking happen to be built like switchback steps. Just mosey on over here and shoot this hissy in the back for good measure. Good riddance. And take a last look at Ranstall Keep. Actually, I believe you can open the doors. But it's just so you can complete your objectives if you exited here prematurely. And the mission is over. Unfortunate that it had to end on such a terrible cliffhanger, but those are the cards that were dealt. But it's an excellent mission nonetheless. And it's over. Thank you.